So moving on from where we stopped, um, so far we outlined the things we are going to be doing. We created a basic structure like a plan for ourselves. I'm sure when you learn about software development lifecycle, you would understand why we did all these things and outline these things. That there is probably a better way to do it. There is a more formal way to do it. But right now we just do a sketch in this way. I could have also done a sketch with my biro and draw some kind of chart to explain what connects to what links to what, and so on and so forth. But this is like a basic plan, and it helps us to know where we are going and what we are doing. It's also easy to adjust things before we get to them. Okay, so moving on, we stopped at. I'm going to open my project now because this is another day. My project is in my server root, which is always in one, and my project is the SNH, which is start.ng hospital, a hospital that is supposed to be meant for curing ignorance. And so far, we have established our project structure. You know what? Let's just create basic files in here. I'm going to create a styles.css. That's a CSS styling, or okay, that's wrong, or styles, and comment that. And my image, of course, I can't create that. I'm going to create a JavaScript file and call it script.js, and just say JavaScript code. Comment, close this. Okay. Well, I have my test. Okay, that's for my testing things. So when we stopped the last time, I mentioned that we need to separate some of these things into different components. There are a few parts of this page that will be consistent, that are consistent across our projects. For example, this part is obviously consistent so far, and then this lower part also is consistent. So you know what? I'm going to just do that now. So there is something called include. Let's look at our pages. I don't know if I have something like that here. Right, this is it. Include sort of allows you to bring in another PHP code into your page. So for example, if I was to bring out this page, I'm cutting it now, that's Control X on my keyboard. I'm coming to my library and I'm going to call this header.php and paste it here. This is the component that I've just separated from my main page. And I'm also going back to that index page and copy out this part and save it, and then come here and call it footer.php and then put that here. Of course, we could have still done a different word from menu. Maybe we might need to do that later, but for now, let's just keep it this way. Now, my page is stripped down and it looks plain. Of course, if I go to my site now, say I go to my home page, I get this because it's still a blank page. But if I had CSS in my header, then this page will be broken by now. So what do we do to bring in? Of course, if I open the source now, you will see it's just a blank page. However, what I had before was different. So let me show you what I had before. This is what I had before. If I go to the source, view source, you would see I have all this in there. So what we have done is to separate. I'm going to undo what I just did. Separate this and give us a chance to include this component that I've just separated into these pages. To do that, we can use something called include. So include is like you can of course, like I said, come here and read about it. Include allows you to bring in a PHP page, an entire PHP code into your own into another one, like importing that code, importing this component into this page. There is also a counterpart, which is the require statement. Now include will just carelessly bring in the code. If the code is not there, say if this is missing, if I do include, let me just show you what I mean. I'm going to create my PHP tag here and then say include uh, lib, which is a library. I'm going to this folder now, and then I'm including header.php. I'm not sure what I'm. Yeah, that should be fine. I don't need to go back. This should be fine. So let's go back to this page, refresh it, and see the source, view source. Now I have my header in place. That's what include does. Now imagine this page, imagine this home page would not be able to work without this header. With include, the page will still the page will just display errors. I'm trying to explain the difference between include and require. You can still see it, but I'm going to just try to use basic explanation to a basic example to explain it. If my header has some codes that are very important, that are very needed for my index page to work, then I should use require because this header is actually required for this page to function. So if this header is not found, if something is wrong with this part, then this page should not be displayed and error should be thrown. But if I use include, regardless of if it is required or not, that is just going to throw it out. Okay, there is also something called include once, because that's an error. Include once, if I can only spell it. Include once means even if I do this, well, I don't know if this is going to work. Let's try it. I believe it should only include it one time only. Let's see. So it includes it one time. But let's see what happens if I just do include twice without the include once. Include once will just fetch it once and not duplicate it. But if I do include twice, let's refresh and see what happens. It includes that header twice. So that's the difference between include once and include twice. Of course, we'll be using include once in our own case. There's also require once and require and then ordinary require. So we'll be using include once. We're using include right now because we don't have any PHP code here. We're just basically bringing this here. So we are not running anything here. It's not like anything should be broken if it doesn't work. It's just a basic HTML page. If time comes that we do some HTML PHP code here, then we might need to use require. Okay, let me take this out so we have some cleaner. Use it. I like cleaning up my code. So that's it for this video.